Welcome back everyone. The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman Part 3. This video I have made for class 11th English. We have already done some part of this chapter like introduction and summary, and a paragraph is also explained. So let us continue with the next paragraph. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin and make pure and purify it. So in these lines the poet is saying that the rain is telling about herself that always during day and night I rain down and become water again and again. The rain says during the process of evaporation, condensation and precipitation, I purify myself and all the water bodies where I live. So the poet is here telling you in the form of the voice of the rain, and scientifically also it is well known to you that in water cycle how the evaporation, condensation and precipitation occurs, and that water which falls is actually pure water and it fills the different water bodies also with that water that is pure. Now I have some questions. The questions are: how does water purify itself and the earth? So you can write here, rain purifies itself through evaporation and condensation. Boiling and then cooling is the best practice of purification, and water purifies the earth by pouring down on hills and valleys. And during this process, water cleanses the polluted air as it falls as rain and washes the dirt away from the face of the earth. It also replaces the stagnant water of the lakes and seas with newly purified water. Next question is: what is rain's own origin, and how does rain give its origin back? So rain's own origin is the state of water, and by going through the process of rain it goes up to the sky, remains there for a while, and then it returns to the earth, and this way it turns back to water again. And now you can see last two lines are in bracket. Let me read it for you first. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. So for is here because, issuing means starting, birthplace means the rivers and seas, fulfillment means after raining for the earth, wandering here is clouds wander across the sky, wrecked or unwrecked means whether you liked or disliked, whether you cared for or not, and duly here it means rightly. This is a part, duly with love returns. So here it means a song comes out of singer and later moves to the listener, and listener may or may not like the song, but the song is not worried about that. Its ultimate aim is to sing. Now can you explain what is wrecked or unwrecked? Okay, let me help you. Wrecked means having care or regard. So here rain says that it is not waiting for anyone to regard it and give thanks to it. Okay, so here rain says that it is not waiting for anyone to regard it or give thanks to it or having concern for it. Whether people love or hate, wait for it or do not wait for it, the rain is bound to rain, raked or unraked, but the rain is bound to rain. Another question is, how is rain's life similar to that of a song? So what's the comparison between rain and song? So the poet here realizes that the rain's life is similar to that of any song, because a song's birthplace is the poet's heart, and once it is complete, it is passed on from one person to another, like you are reading this poem. So a song may be well regarded or unnoticed. Similarly, the rain may be loved or hated by people, but rain does not mind if it is disregarded. So I hope you have enjoyed the poem and understood everything. Now I am going to share the poetic devices used in this poem. We can also call it figure of speech. As you can see, we have a list of figures of speech used in this poem: personification, metaphor, hyperbole, imagery, antithesis, and alliteration. And I have selected some examples also. For example, the whole poem is actually personified. When we say personification, it refers to the practice of attaching human traits and characteristics with inanimate objects, phenomena, and animals. So here rain is a non-living thing, but telling the poem is telling the story. So here rain is personified. The rain has been personified as it has been given a voice in the rain. Second one is metaphor. Metaphor is actually meaning or identity ascribed to one subject by way of another. In a metaphor, one subject is implied to be another so as to draw a comparison between their similarities and shared traits. Or in simple words, when we compare two things without using as or like, it is metaphor. So here we have example: I am the poem of the earth. Next is hyperbole, and hyperbole means to exaggerate any idea for the sake of emphasis. So here the sea is considered bottomless, so it is exaggeration, and that's why it is hyperbole. Imagery. In a literary text, it is an author's use of vivid and descriptive language to add depth to their work. It appeals to human sense to deepen the reader's understanding of the work. Powerful forms of imagery engages all of the senses. So soft falling shower, it gives the reader an image of gentle rain. Same way the next is antithesis, and that means literally it means opposite. Is a rhetorical device in which two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to achieve a contrasting effect. So here all together change, yet the same. So change and same, these two opposite words are here. And for alliteration there are many lines, but for example here soft falling shower, that S, that sound is repeated, soft falling shower. So S is here repeated, this sound, so that's why it is alliteration. So for today this is all. Thanks for the watch and thank you very much. Hope we will meet in the next video.